Hi and welcome. The following video is going to be a tutorial on DHCP or Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. And in it I will be explaining how to configure a super scope and how to go about setting some of the server options within Windows Server 2003. The programs I'm going to be using to record this are Cam Studio, which is a free program that allows me to record what I'm doing with my desktop as well as other programs. And I'm also going to be using a program called VMware, which is a virtual machine system that allows you to install an operating system on a virtual machine rather than on your computer's actual physical hard drive. To start off with, DHCP or Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol is mainly used to automatically deliver IP addresses and information to client computers on the network. You can also do it with printers and other devices, although most network administrators prefer not to do that. They like to use static IP addresses instead. Client computers are most of the time going to be set to use DHCP for the default. And then for the activity that I'm going to be showing you, configuring a super scope, the basic reason why you would want to create a super scope is because over time the network grows to the point where a single Class C network is not large enough to handle all the incoming connections and packets. So to increase the number of addresses, you could add another network and then create a super scope so that they don't interfere with each other. What happens when a client broadcasts a DHCP request packet, the DHCP server sees it, but what happens is the server doesn't know which logical network the client is from, and offers leases from both scopes. And the reason why super scope would be important for something like that is because it combines two scopes into one on the same network segment, and it will allow the network to be treated as a single scope. And then from there, the DHCP server offers only one lease to computers on a segment with two logical networks. This also basically frees up any errors and causes a lot less collisions with your network. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to open up my virtual machine here. And if you have a virtual machine, or if Windows Server 2003 is installed on your desktop or laptop, you can click Start down here at the bottom left. And then we will go up to Administrative Tools and click DHCP. And from here we can click the server. I already created a scope from earlier because that wasn't there. The book already has one there, but I ended up having to create one. This is actually in reference to the MCSE Guide to Managing Microsoft Windows Server 2000 Network Enhanced book as well. So this is this is activity 4-8 on page 114. But anyways, once again, you can click Start, go up to Administrative Tools, and then click on DHCP. And then from here, let's see, you can create a new scope by clicking that, and then click this little button right here that says New Scope. Click Next, and then we'll name this whatever you want. Usually people name it after your name, and being as my name is Cody, I'll spell that Cody. And then I'll call this Scope 2. For the starting IP address, we'll go with 192.168.1.200. Whoops. Let's try this again. .200. And for the ending IP address, we'll go with 192.168.1.225. Go ahead and click next and verify that this is actually 8 bits, which is. We do not need to add exclusions to this, so we can go ahead and click next. And we're going to change the lease duration from 8 days to an hour. And then we can click on no. You'll configure the changes later. And there's our new scope right there. And then from there, we can create a super scope by clicking the button next to scope, new super scope. We'll click next, and we will name this your name. So for the purpose of this video, I'll name it Cody Super Scope. And then you can hold the control button to select both of these, and then click your next button. And it'll include both of our scopes right here. If you didn't have the previous one, your name scope 1, that's completely fine. I ended up creating that from an earlier time. And then go ahead and click finish. And now we can click plus sign beside super scope, and then your name super scope. And here it'll give us a list of both of the scopes you have. Again, if you only have one, it should work just the same way. So no worries there. If you have one, that's cool. If you have two, you're fine there as well. And that's all we have to do for that. And the next part, we can set some of the server options. Again, by clicking start. And then we will point to administrative tools just like we did before. And then left click on DHCP. And then we can expand the server, the little plus symbol here. And then we can right click on this on our server. Actually, we can right click on server options, I'm sorry. Now we can click configure options. In the server options box, now we can click the down arrow and go down to where it says 006 DNS servers, which is right here. In the IP address box, this is just for an example of this video, I'll type in X I guess we'll type in 0 dot, or wait, IP address box, we'll type in 0 dot 0 dot 250 and we'll click add, and then from there we can click OK. And that last portion of the video was actually to set up a DNS server option for DHCP server. This concludes my video. I hope you all enjoyed watching it. I do apologize if I sounded unsure on a few things there. I was actually going along with the book during this video. So if something wasn't clear, like I said again, I apologize. And once again, thank you for watching.